Shoulder season. What is it? No turkey for Thanksgiving this year. Let's try penguin instead. How about a pre and post cruise option you probably haven't thought about yet? The CDC announces a level 2 Zika outbreak. Tropical storm Hona. Stay tuned to get the details on these headlines and more from around the world, bringing you the top headlines from around the world now. But first, welcome to BTTravel News. I'm Kathleen, and this is your World Travel Information Channel, giving you the information to help you make informed decisions so your adventures are the safest and best they can be. We also share insights into new and innovative ways to travel the world. Now, on to the first headline. The definition of shoulder season varies by destination, but it typically means the period between a region's peak season and off-season. Think of it this way. In whatever country you are in, if the kids are in school, it's generally linked to low or off season in that part of the world. The US, Canada, and Mexico, the shoulder season would be considered late August into October, and again, late April into May, not taking into account fall and spring breaks or high holidays. Weather is also a huge factor in traveling seasons. No one wants to go to India when all you're going to get is hot, humid, torrential rain. That being said, I would strongly encourage you to visit the most popular regions of the world during the shoulder season, such as doing Europe in late September or October, even into November. Why? The weather is going to be so much cooler. The throngs of tourists will be gone, and it will be easier to get tickets to those must-see attractions. If you choose to travel in low season, be aware that some things will be closed. Many local restaurants and museums or attractions can be closed in the low or off season. Don't be afraid to try something new, like going to Alaska in the dead of winter. Did you know that annually Alaskans celebrate something called the Rendezvous and Iditarod? If you don't know, reach out to your travel agent or take our suggestion of the travel advisor below. They can guide you to experience this culturally immersive and off the beaten path adventure. Culturetrip.com has a series of month-by-month maps that gives you a really good overview of when the world has high, low, or shoulder seasons. I'm going to put that link below for your use. On to headline 2. This year, do something different for Thanksgiving. Try penguin. No, not to eat, but be among them as you travel from Buenos Aires to Ushuaia to Antarctica. This year, Atlas Ocean Voyages has curated this Thanksgiving adventure for you. All you have to do is pick your cabin with free round-trip air chartered private service from Buenos Aires to Ushuaia and included pre- and post-hotel stays. You can just sit back and relax on the World Navigator. This luxury expedition voyage will help you and your family create a new sense of gratitude this Thanksgiving as you watch the Adelie penguins build their nests. Move up in the world of travel, get another item checked off that bucket list, and let Atlas move you in ways you didn't even know you could. Headline 3. If you have ever been on a cruise, you know it is wise to travel in at least one day in advance. When you get there, you check yourself into a hotel and tootle around the city you find yourself in, right? Boring. I know. Instead of just treating your pre-stay as a holding pattern to get to the start of your cruise, what if you made a pre or post-cruise stay as an actual adventure in and of itself? I want to give you an option you probably haven't thought about before as a pre or post cruise stay. It's a railway journey. For Americans especially, our thoughts don't stray to rail travel at all. It's just not part of our traveling culture like it is for Europeans or the Asian cultures. However, I propose this. Instead of checking into a hotel, take an extra day or two and do a rail adventure pre or post cruise. Railbookers is a great option for this. They offer 2 to 5 night curated trips specifically designed for pre and post cruises. And they offer these on almost every continent. You can pick your route and pick your class and even customize your itinerary. Go ahead, look into it. Try something different. I dare you. Headline 4. Yesterday, the CDC announced that the Zika outbreak in India is now at a level 2, which is practice enhanced precautions, that it can be spread through the bites of mosquitoes, passed from a pregnant person to their fetus, and spread from person to person through sex. All travelers to Maharashtra should take steps to prevent the spread of Zika. Mosquitoes bite during the day and night. You can use an Environmental Protection Agency or EPA registered insect repellent. Wear long sleeve shirts and pants. Control mosquitoes indoors and out, such as using window screens. People returning to the United States from an area with risk of Zika should take steps to prevent mosquito bites for at least 3 weeks so they do not spread Zika virus to mosquitoes that could spread it to other people. If you are pregnant, the CDC recommends to avoid travel to Maharashtra. If travel is unavoidable, you should follow Zika prevention recommendations. Travelers to Maharashtra should seek medical care immediately if they develop fever, rash, headache, joint or muscle pain, or red eyes during or after travel. Headline 5. The Atlantic has been blessed with a quiet week. However, over in the Pacific, Tropical Storm Hona is heading towards Hawaii, making threats of harsh conditions, heavy rain, strong winds, dangerous seas, and fire concerns all threaten to pass as close as 150 miles south of Hawaii's Big Island as the weekend hits, says CNN Weather. Although there has been tropical activity in the ocean and the Pacific Ocean this year, Hona will be the first storm to form in the Central Pacific since 2019. Maui, Oahu, and east and southeast facing slopes of the Big Island could all face rainfall of 2 to 8 inches. And tropical storm force wind gusts of up to 73 miles per hour are possible. Quote, drier air and windy conditions ahead of Hona could elevate fire weather concerns across leeward areas statewide on Saturday, unquote. The National Weather Service in Honolulu cautioned today. Please pray for those in the path of Hona and the areas still suffering from the fire devastation this time last year. Headline 6. We've all heard of the famous tulips in Holland, but did you know that Turkey has its own tulip season? Since 2006, Istanbul has been planting millions of tulips. Tulips begin to bloom around the end of March or beginning of April, depending on the weather. The official dates for the festival are April 1st to the 30th. The Istanbul Tulip Festival is not just about tulips, however. Other flowers, pansies, bluebottles, etc., are planted in contrast and for variety in shape and color. Here's a pro tip for you. Go during the weekdays. Since tulip season is relatively short, parks and festive areas get very crowded on the weekends. And although there are many parks and places to see the beautiful colors of the tulips and flowers, if you only have time to visit one park during this Turkey Tulip Festival, make it Emergen Park. As always, any supplier that I have mentioned in this newscast is purely for your informational purposes only. I am not endorsed or paid by any supplier. My goal is purely to give you the best in what is new or out of the way in world travel options. Well, that's it this time. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell to stay in the loop of what's happening in the world of travel. Please give us a thumbs up. Ta-ta for now, wishing you safe travels and great adventures ahead.